And that reaction of just pure instant terror. So beautiful. That looks a lot like a face. Hey everyone. In the comments for the creepy commercials video, some of you said that you'd be interested in seeing more videos of just kind of, perusing the archive and seeing what we have on display. Now, in the interest of being able to work on more time-consuming projects, which I've wanted to do for a while now, I think now's a good time to do another one of these. So for today, we're just going to be going through the main video folder where I keep all the general unsorted videos and seeing what we have, as well as giving my commentary on why I think they do or don't work. Now, I actually consider this part of the archive to be pretty lacking. A lot of these videos were downloaded literally like 9 or 10 years ago, so for a long time I really haven't updated it that much. Which is why I'm asking you guys to post in the comments what some of your favorite creepy videos are, because I'd love to take a look. First up is a video in a language I don't understand. I hope it's not dependent on language, because I can't understand what he's saying and I can hardly see anything. Looks like there's something moving on the edge of the... What? That looks like somebody's like rolled up in a sheet and trying to walk in it. Looks like the headlights are doing their best to be dramatic. What? I do not like the way that is moving. Oh, that's creepy. That looks like that one enemy from Cry of Fear. That's like a woman that hovers and makes you shoot yourself. But I think that's more of a hunch. Like a hunched... Yeah, that looks like it's holding a cane. Oh, I do not like the way that moves at all. And the way the hair sways. God, that is so uncomfortable to look at. The recording passenger is clearly scared, but I'm not hearing anything from the driver, so what's... I'm kind of wondering if this is maybe like a prank, like the driver is setting up the passenger. Are we doing scare tactics here? Does anybody remember that show? Just me? Look, this seems like a setup, right? Like either the passenger is being set up, or don't like that movement at all. Don't like it at all. But anyway, either the passenger is being set up, or we, the audience, are being set up in this fake. But in any case, it still manages to be pretty creepy. Very good job here. Gotta say, it's kind of overstaying its welcome, though. Yeah, this... I'm gonna stand by my previous theory. Either it's a fake, or the driver is seriously setting up his friend here. No, that's spooky. How it's able to just wander off into the edge of the dark. Oh, wow, that unexpectedly made my heart stop, that little head turn. That noise, okay. This circled back around to full-on scary again. The head turn and the scream. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is actually kind of familiar. I think this was doing the rounds a while back, and it prompted many arguments about what's supposed to be going on here. But I don't think I ever actually watched the full-length video, so this is mostly new to me. I'm going to remind you that most of these are just using the name that I downloaded from YouTube, which is why this one is called Creepy Mutant Weird Strange Deer, filmed by a Scout Guard 5G560V trail camera in Texas. Yeah, we're watching that. That's weird. Is that like some kind of Last of Us deer? Yeah, it literally looks like one of those enemies from The Last of Us. I would imagine that's either some kind of really aggressive cancer, or maybe something up with its antlers, I don't know. Next up, Dad catches ghost on tape during hide and seek. Okay, we got real watermark pile up here, as well as a very strange aspect ratio.
Ariana, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm playing hide and seek.
With who?
My friend Mabel.
Oh, okay. Would you want
Okay,
to
so
play
this
hide
is
and seek with
clearly
me?
staged
Sure.
because, like,
Okay,
the guy
you're
just
playing
kind
the
of
real person,
comes
so I'm
in
gonna actually
and
look for you, and I'm gonna do all the counting.
all
Okay?
this dialogue is being
Okay.
delivered
And you're
perfectly.
gonna be the one hiding.
Right.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Turn off the lights. Cheating. There we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I go. Better be in a good spot.
I hope the low quality doesn't interfere with whatever we're supposed to see in this video.
Where are you?
I'm having a hard time telling if the lights are still off or if he turned on the light on the camera.
Ariana.
Like if it's one of those old style camcorders or he's using an LED panel.
Gotcha. Ariana.
Okay, doing a good job building tension. I almost jumped at nothing just now.
Ariana. Ariana.
I always associate balls falling down the stairs with that one Tales from the Crypt episode about the evil funeral home director.
Ariana?
So this is pretty clearly staged, but you know, like that first video, I'm liking it anyway.
Ah, I see you behind the dresser.
Okay. I'm not sure I saw that.
Ariana?
You found me.
Oh, what?
Did Mabel tell you where I was?
What? Let's get out of here. Come here.
Okay, hang on, I'm not sure I saw that.
Ah, I see you behind the
There's
dresser.
something there. Wait, whoa, 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 okay, hang on, whoa. Okay, just had a signs moment there for a second when I saw
I
that.
see you behind the dresser.
Okay, never mind. The diminished quality did not take away from this, unless you count the fact that I didn't see it the first time. The diminished quality actually kind of added to the creep factor for me. I wonder if it was originally like this, or if this thing has played re-upload tag until it's gotten this way. Okay, so like I said, pretty clearly staged,
I see you behind
but
the dresser.
oh, who cares? That is still extremely spooky. Very well executed tension in this video, and good job to whoever made this. Demon Child scare prank? Oh, this is like somebody's... Okay. Okay, so some of these might actually be like shorts or sketches, and I'm not going to play those because those are probably up on somebody's channel collecting ad revenue. Do bear in mind that it's been long enough since I looked at this folder that I don't even remember what half of these are. Okay, I think I vaguely remember this one, but I also remember it having sound, and this doesn't seem to have sound. Now, I don't think I have any screamers. Or if I do, they're contained in their own folder, so I really hope that's not what this is right now. You know, the longer I have to sit in silence, the more worried I am that I'm gonna get screamered. My 2000s child self would definitely be very cautious around a video like this. Whoa! Okay, so this is pretty obviously faked. I mean, it's kind of spooky, but it's also... Okay, that one wasn't that great. Alright, Ghost Car Police Chase, and this one I do remember. Not from the internet, but because they showed it on an episode of, I think, World's Wildest Police Videos. I love this one. This show always used to be on when I was a kid, when I'd get home from school, and I remember this particular segment always stuck out to me.
We've seen how strange things can get at night. Well, things are about to get a whole lot stranger. This mysterious driver tricks cops into thinking he's about to pull over, then all hell breaks loose. The officers watching this tape get only a quick glimpse of the man behind the wheel. It's the last look they'll get. For a moment, it appears as if the driver and his car have disappeared into thin air. But in the blink of an eye, the driver comes into view again. This time, he tries to outrun the police rather than just vanish. His moves are still baffling to the police as he swerves all over the road, driving like a man possessed. And just when he's really thrown the cops for a loop, he gets back on a straightaway, showing off a seemingly supernatural speed. In just a moment, he's going to make a turn into the twilight zone. Watch. The fence at the end means no way out, or does it? Even watching it again, cops are unable to make sense of it. All they see is an intact fence and nothing more than the vanishing taillights of what the Garden City PD has come to call the ghost car.
This is one of my favorite videos ever. I loved when this one would come on as a kid. It's so interesting to me because the way they've edited this and the way they've put it together, it has just like that perfect tension and perfect escalation that you just don't get from real-world videos most of the time. And that ending is just one of my favorite things ever, where you make that turn and all you see is that wall from the light reflecting off the fence and the taillights just receding off into the darkness. There's been plenty of debate over how this is possible. One of the most popular theories is that, he hit the fence and ended up pushing the chain link up and going under it, and it came back down once he was through. I don't know. I just love the video. Moving on. I do remember a couple of years ago when this one was going around, ghost sighting filmed in haunted hospital. I get really nervous when there's no sound. See that movement? There's just something so disturbing and unnatural about that jerky and then shuffling movement. That peek out, and then that second faster peek out. It's just so creepy to me. Like it's almost a soundless, threatless jump scare from a distance. Now, how often do you see that? Short but sweet. Now, Google Maps creepy glitch is the next one, and funnily enough, this one actually came back into my attention just a couple days ago. Like 7 or 8 years, somebody uploaded a video after posting on X about this weird town in Google Street View that, in the Street View, it was just completely distorted, the entire town. Just the whole thing got corrupted or something happened. And it was really, really interesting, and there were whole threads of people trying to map it out and thinking they saw weird shapes and stuff. It was a very, very interesting thread. And I posted a comment at the time saying, like, hey, thanks for, making a video of this before it gets fixed. And just a couple of days ago, one of you replied to that comment saying, like, hey, fancy seeing you here. But anyway, let's take a look. The music choice is great, but I'm going to scroll down on the volume a little bit and talk over it a little bit just in case that's copyright. I may have to throw some music over this. Yeah, I don't know if it's still like this, but real creepy. And I remember people noting that, like, in what you could see, there were no other cars on the road. and people thought they could see shapes in certain areas. God, I'm getting chills looking at this, not just for the overwhelming creep factor, but for the nostalgia of having been around when this was getting attention. I don't know what he just zoomed in on a second ago. Look at that. See, when structures like that form, it almost makes the town feel like something out of Annihilation. I guess this is the transitional point where the degradation started to happen. Which makes it all the more weird. It's not like there was something wrong with the camera as it went out that day. It seems to start and stop at certain points. Or maybe it's an issue with how Google processed the data? I kind of doubt that. I think it's probably more of an error on the camera's end. I'm pretty sure the uploader did something a little cheeky and hid sounds in the music. Unless that's just me. Really hope that's not just me. There's one of those shapes. That was one of the things people talked about. Just like a humanoid shadow. Real spooky stuff. For me, that video is spooky, not just for, like I said, not just for what's happening, but for the nostalgia factor. It's a real blast from the past seeing that video again after so many years. Next is simply titled Kid in Abandoned House.
Somebody fell through the roof or something.
Okay, so it's
stairs.
like an exploring video, I guess.
I don't know. Watch where you're stepping now. This is a room. Can't really see, but it's just a big empty room with, it's like the fireplace caved in or something. See that?
Can't really see anything either in this potato can.
Oh, snap. Watch out, guys.
This is creepy, dude. You hear that? Creepy.
Hey guys, look at that hole.
Huh?
Looks like someone tried to fiddle.
That's creepy, man. Hold on. You hear that? Shh. Quiet. You hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard something. You go on first.
What the hell is that?
Whatever it was. Creepy as heck.
Wow.
I don't know.
Creepy.
Kitchen looks overheated.
Bricks falling down. This whole wall's gone, dude. That's crazy. Old stove.
Why did the sound suddenly do that?
I don't know. Dude. Hold on. You hear that?
What? I heard it too. Oh man.
Oh, let's get out of here, man. It's creepy.
That is the worst thing ever. That is the worst thing ever. Okay, once again, has to be faked, right? Like, right? But more to the point, kind of ruined it by throwing that music on there. Really could have done without it. I don't think you really need music to lead into a scare like that, but I don't know if that was maybe done after the fact by a re-uploader. Whatever, that was scary. Possible fallen angel in Catalonia. This one is really old. Okay, it's subtitled, but it's not subtitled in English, so I'm not going to be able to read any of that. What is that? Once again, this is in potato cam, so I really hope it's not going to rely on me to know what I'm looking at. It looks like they're maybe tracking something.
Home, tio, ja veus si he sentit soroll. Des de fa rato que sento soroll. Que sí, collons, que sí, tia. Escolta. Ho sents o no?
Whoa. Outlast vibes from that. I don't know how you look at that and get Fallen Angel, though. That's probably not the first thing that would come to mind. That didn't end exactly how I thought it would. I think there might be some other video that's very similar that I'm conflating it with. Real demons caught on tape. Now this I gotta see. I don't remember this. Oh, I do remember this. This was huge like 10 years ago. Forgot about the jump scare at the end of that. Okay. So, I remember this being a pretty big deal and getting posted a lot on X about 10 years ago. And obviously it's very, very good VFX work on display there. And there was a lot of debate, I believe unsettled debate, over how that was actually done because people determined that, and again, I wouldn't even know how to tell that, but people determined that when the hands are coming down from the ceiling and he's shining the light, I mean, it interacts as if, like, it actually interacts with his light. So a lot of people were saying it's not just straight CG, that there is actually something on the screen there, unless they're doing something really, really great with by CGing the light itself. I don't know. I think the reason this video got so popular is because it's something that, it does happen, and it could theoretically happen to anyone. And as far as the video itself plays out, it's this coming up upon this ominous, still scene. It's, by the end of the video, the unexplained intentions of this person who, look at that, walks out of the darkness, jeans first, again on the edge of the headlights. And it's driving away not knowing what was that, and what's going to happen to the next person, and what might have happened to people before this.
Can I help you with something?
It's scary, it's realistic, and it still manages to leave a lot to the imagination, and I think that's why this video works so well. Let's take a look at the folder for unsorted webms. These don't have a file name and will tend to be shorter, but maybe we'll get some good material out of them. Yeah, see, short and simple, short and simple. It's the kind of early internet video that used to be common on YouTube. And I think the reason it works so well is because of its simplicity. It's just, here's me, posing with my doll. It turns silently. And at first, she doesn't notice. And then she does. And that reaction of just pure instant terror. So beautiful. That looks a lot like a face. That looks a lot like a face right there. So I'm going to close this video now because I don't like looking at it. Is that a pair of feet? They seem to have noticed it. I wouldn't be shrugging it off that easily. Oh God, that's... let's get... That is so creepy. It's like there's this ghost, or... I'm gonna get that off the screen now. That's weird. It's like when they first established with the feet and then coming in... There's something so weird about that blank expression and coming in horizontally like that. It's like there's this ghost just inhabiting, or corpse or whatever it's supposed to be, just inhabiting the space with them the entire time, just out of sight. Oh, that is pure paranoia fuel. Thanks for that. I'm going to be thinking of this the next time I go exploring. That and the ghost kid in the haunted house. Okay, that's kind of like, this is kind of like the more humorous version of the doll one. This is probably somebody pranking their friend. I like that. I like that pure reaction. Just that pure fight or flight reaction in response to that. I like this video a lot. I think this is kind of a somewhat famous spot. I'm sure I've seen this place before. No, it's creepy. It's really creepy, and I really, normally I don't like graffiti, especially in an abandoned place. This seems to be like a drain or a tunnel of some kind, so it's, I guess, kind of not as bad. Mad props to the artist who went in here and did that, because in this case, I think it really, really adds to the atmosphere. Having them on both sides and just extending down past the edge of your vision, even though this guy has an LED panel. And the dog constantly going into the dark and coming back out. When it does that, it kind of makes you wonder. It kind of makes you think that one of these times it's going to go back into the dark and come back followed by something else. That's weird. Hmm. Yeah, that look over the shoulder is the look of go away. Yeah, this is nice and spooky. The one thing I think that kind of stretches, I mean, besides the ghost girl, I think the main thing that stretches suspension of disbelief here is the fact that any dash cam would be 4x3 in 2018. Like 4x3 digital dash cam in 2018. I don't remember what this is. Looks like the house is being worked on.
Hello? Who is it?
That is a classic creepy basement. Okay, so he's ditched the camera, leaving us alone with the ghost. I don't even know what to say about that. That was really good. Really downplayed. It didn't feel the need to go too big and have like a big climactic thing. It kept it really downplayed and really subtle, and in the end it benefited from it. Okay, very similar to the other tunnel video I posted, but this one's a little more ominous. It's a little more cramped, and there's no friendly doggo keeping the camera operator company. You're not alone. Okay. Now, full disclosure, I skipped to the end because there is a jump scare version of this, and I had to make sure it wasn't the jump scare version that I saved, because it kind of ruins it. This is great. It's just nothing but an exercise in building tension. I find kind of like I said with the last one, I find that one of the best things a video like this can do is be simple and not feel the need to go too big and have a big finish. Let the largest part of it rest on the imagination of the viewer. That's the way you do it. Here's one that's interesting to me because I actually remember when it was posted. Granted, it was 4chan, so it may not have been the original post, but yeah, this guy posted about how he was exploring some abandoned house that he'd found, and it was actually only a while later that somebody pointed out the shape in the window up here. You'll see it's not there at first, but then it kind of glides into view. Alright, one more, then I'll call it a day.
أنت آدمي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. بسم الله يا رب اعذر يا الوضع والله ما يصح تموت. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاذات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله نذرا قد ينتفض يا رب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين.
أنت آدمي.
Creepy. Yeah, I don't know if knowing what they're saying would actually add to this, but I think it works well enough on its own where, it's like I've been saying, you gotta leave it to imagination and let your mind fill in the rest. It looks like they're on a rooftop, and that's like an access ladder that gets up there. So I kind of get the impression, if that's true, that maybe they came up here in order to get away from something that was going on down there. I don't know, maybe somebody that knows what they're saying can tell me if it adds to what's going on here, but... So that's going to be it for now, but, I'd really be interested in doing more of these, because this was fun. But, like I said before, I kind of consider this folder, this whole section of the archive, to be kind of lacking. So I'd really like it if you'd let me know what are some of your favorite creepy YouTube videos, or it doesn't have to be from YouTube, it can really be from anywhere. And please share them in the comments, because I'm really interested to see some. But until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.